Organization. Now that we're reached a stage where there's more than one layer and we're getting into more complex things, I need you to be more organized. Okay? So, I'm going to show you something as far as what the standard's going to be from now on as far as turning in work. First off, I don't want any blank backgrounds like this. So, I want you to get rid of any blank backgrounds whatsoever. And I only want layers that are relevant. So, I want you to label these. And it might seem a very arduous task to label something photo, but um, trust me when I say that it looks a lot nicer when you turn it in. And when you turn this stuff into uh, somebody in the industry, you want these things labeled or they will laugh at you. Okay? So, okay. Now, another thing I want done is I want you to always turn in two variations of things from now on. I want your flattened and unflattened image. So, what that means is for every picture that you turn in, I want the Photoshop so I can look at these. How did you achieve the glow? What did you do? Okay? Keep your layers at a minimum. Okay, either group them together or get them down to the point where there's two or maybe three layers and that's about it. So, save as Photoshop. And this is a 32-bit or 32-bit document, so you can save it as a Photoshop file, but I have to also show you something else. With the naming convention, I want first name, last name on there. And then lesson 4. For me, I'm going to put this in my lesson files directory. So 32-bit, you're going to find out there is one thing that you definitely cannot do, and that is save as a JPEG. Okay? And what'll happen is if you go to flatten the image, what'll happen, this stuff will all get mucky because there's not enough color for the spectrum to work with 32-bit to 8-bit. So you must do the copy method. So what you do here is edit copy, file new, change it to 8-bit, okay, then edit paste. And what'll happen is if you see how the document doesn't match the size, well, the reason for that is this document has more than one layer. So this is where you start using the thing called copy merged. I wanted to show you that though. So now you see the layer has enough width and height. Before it didn't really make sense. That looks better. It represents the shape. So now this image can be saved as a JPEG using the file save for web devices. I'm not worried about layers because with a JPEG there is only one layer anyway, so I'm not going to be that picky. Take off the PSD, save it. With the other one right here, notice file save for web devices is grayed out because you can't use save for web devices in 32-bit mode. If I went to go image mode 8-bit and just kind of change it that way, Let me show you what happens. I'm going to merge these. And then it's going to ask me to define that. And you're going to see, wow, what happened? Well, the 32-bit got stripped to 8-bit. So you have to go through this and try to closely match what you had before. And let me tell you that it is a very hard task to do so. So this is why I'm saving you from that. The copy paste method works so much better than that. Okay, so that is the lesson. I just wanted to show you how you clean up things. And now that's going to be the status quo from here on out. Please move on to the next video.